Hi everyone, today we will learn how add physics to your Skyrim clothing. You will need Outfit Studio, Scope, Sublime Test, and Blender. First things first, you will load your outfit in the Outfit Studio. In this case, a muffler. You will go in Bones. This is the bones responsible to your movement. For example, the clavicle and the arms. So in order to add sample, you add a extra bone. He will be responsible to tell the where what we want to move. We need to choose a father to this bone, a bone that will be responsible. We will anchor the bone child. In this case, we will choose the NPC spine 2. We come in add the custom bone. We give a very amazing name to him, and because we will not be making this bone is very close to the body, we will not need to change the origin nor the rotation. You just OK, and you was create. Now we need to paint it. The easy way to do it in this situation is to just use a big size. Let's put 6. Small strength, in this case the 0.15, and we will choose normalize weight. This is important, otherwise your mesh will get broken. I will explain this later. We will choose the part that will be receiving the physics, and we will paint until it get green. The point needs to get green. You see that it got green. What does green mean? The green means that both bones, the one you are going to apply the physics, and the one responsible for the movement is at 50-50. This is what the green meant. If I paint it more until it gets orange, you see that the spine 2 will lose its color. It will get blue. It loses the 50-50. You need this 50-50 as ideal because you don't want the mesh to be creeping during animations like your character eating, sitting, or using a workbench, for example. This is also a reason that most of my clothing don't have much movement, because the more you paint the bone, the stronger it is, the more movement it have, but the less it gets affected by the natural movement of animations. So the 50-50 is the ideal by this. You can see 50-50. What you're gonna do now is export to NIF, and because you are just testing, we will overwrite. Confirm. Now you open your sky. You will keep the clothing. You see that movementally speaking is basically the same. Not much of a change. It's because you still need to link the mesh to the test file, because the XML will load outfit and will open with the outfit studio. Here is the mesh. Open with the outfit studio. In this case, I will get a mesh that I already have SMP styled because it's easy, and we will copy the ni string extra data. You will block, copy, and we will go to the outfit you want. You will go in scene root. This is important. You will need to block and paste on the scene root, not in anyone else. Block, paste. Now you need to edit string index. In this case, we will use the path that your XML were made at. In this case, my XML will create that meshes XML in the name scarf1. So you put name and obviously the path. In file and save. You will keep your mesh and still without movement. We need to now to write your XML. I recommend to use one that will have all those standard bonds weighted to with mass 0, because if your bond have any mass without a constraint, he will sink in the ground. It's normal. So get one that I have round all the skeleton bones are already declared. Now we are not going to write it from 0, of course. Always reuse your code. We will declare the name of the bone you gave. In this case, muffler. It's case sensitive, so if you type muffler with lowercase or uppercase, it is different. It's different. Now let's fail and save. You will items, you equip your muffler. You see that he sinks in the ground. He sinks in the ground because we are not setting your constraint. Let's delete code we are not using, and so you can focus in what's important. We are not messing with this by now, so ignore. Here we have the body A and body B. The body B is the bone we want to connect. In this case, we will use the spine 2. Why? Because it's a bone with mass 0, so he won't move, and we connect the bone that move. Comment file and save. Now you see there is movement. It's not the greatest movement you ever seen, but it's moving. It's something. Now we'll come to edit the limits. We'll have the linear and angular lower limit. The linear is the direct movement. It's kinda hard to explain if you don't have a understand of already. So here, this is the plane. You can see that is x, x, y, z. If your XML have as a linear limit -10 and a upper limit 10, you can save it and come to Skyrim. Equip your mesh, and you see how it goes far. It's because the limits were extended. In this case, if it was there, it's right. It's really hard to visualize without. So let's use the. Let me see if I can make it visible. I don't think I can. Here, use I don't think there's a way for you to see, but here, imagine there's line. If you have basic math, you know what about Cartesian planes. This is x, it's front and back, as y is left and right. No, wait. Oh, no. X is left and right, epsilon is front and back, and Z is up and down. By putting it the linear limit at minus 10 and minus and 10, so it does make that the bone muffler can go 10 units for the left and 10 units to the right. Let me see. Let's just 0. Save and recap your mesh. You see that it don't move for one side as much as it does for the other, because one side can't move at all. So let's use something sensible like -1 and 1. You can see the movement while moving. It's go in proportional way, left and right. But as you can see, it's moving too much for the front. It's entering in your charter body. So let's change this for -1 and 1. Let's see. Okay, see, it don't go as deep as before because we change for -5 to -1. It's a good way to reduce creeping, to just add a positive value and another positive value, so the meshing during resting will still be, see how he don't go, he already start moving to the back. Let me see if he is. Hey, there it is. It's a good way to reduce clipping without you needing to reweight your mesh, because reweighting meshes is painful. And now, but we want, so when the charter jump, we want the back of the muffle to, well, move. So let's get as the lower limit a -5 and a 5. Okay, keep the mesh. See how it's already started with a more falling, like a gravity effect. And here is another thing let's get about weighting a mesh. Let me see here. Do you see that it's sharp? Imagine that is percentage. Here is 50 and here is 10. You skip the entire between those two. The result is that it gets sharp. You see how it's not visually appealing. So what we're gonna do is delete from selected shape. Don't delete from project. We will increase a bit, reduce the strength to 0.1. Let's more, and you choose the point of the mesh. Oops, let me here. See, it's still not good. Let's increase. Here is a it's a good rate. So let's just click move around. Now you reduce a bit. See how there's a better transition between the colors. It's not so sharp anymore. So let's file, export to NIF. Confirm your override, and now we equip the mesh again. So what got wrong? It's something with the Outfit Studio. He saves the sample configuration of the first mesh you open. So here, if I load my, let's close this. If I open my outfit again in the NIF scope, you see that your sample configuration is gone. We will copy it again, copy and paste. Change the string for your path and folder. Was scarf 1. Okay. File and save. You can see that now that I recap, the physics is again applied, but we can't just make this over and over again, can we? So it's simple. Once you apply the XML to a NIF, you will come to File, New Project. We don't save. We start with a clear reference, and we load the outfit with the XML file. I did nothing, and I will start up save. And you see that the outfit don't lose his physics, but not the outfit you open now will get this, your physics patent file. This is important because it makes easier to test and to keep in contact if something goes wrong. If something starts bugging, it's probably because your outfit is using back physics of back project. If you don't start a new project and just lazily go to load outfit after outfit. Now, as you can see, you don't have the sharpness anymore. See how it is not like a elbow. And physics is there. It's amazing when it's work. It's a pain when don't. Now, what will do? You code problems say that this is enough. It's enough. It's already quite fun, and it's already amazing on its own. But if you want to add more physics, this is something that will be important. I generally don't do this. I try to keep things in a minimum because performance. But let's say that we want this part of the muffler to move as well. We will add two bones, one having as a father the clavicle left, and another having as a father the clavicle right. Now this is also something important. Let's give it a good name, muffler. You need to put the side that this bone will be as a L if it's lefty and a R if it's at right. And in the end of the bone, just put L or A. It will be explained later because this is the left clavicle and the right clavicle. Why this is important? You need both bones with the same name, but the L and the R in the end as a difference. We come to X mirror bone and we'll come to auto. This will make your life easy as it will mirror the edit. This is the left. Let's increase a bit. And now reduce. And continue to paint. It should be already enough. And now magically the other side is already painted. These don't work well with meshes that are not symmetric. I don't think that I need to explain why. Just don't work. Don't try this with asymmetric bones. It will be painful, very painful. Now we file and we will export to NIF. We'll overwrite and well, what happens? This is not good, it is. Oh, this is not good at all. Let's see if it still works if you it's muffler left and muffler right. I recommend you to always take already made as reference because you don't want to type a single letter different and end up with 2 hours knowing why your physics don't work. Right and right. save. Okay, not good. Not good at all. So what can we do? Let's try and see where is the mistake. This is the clavicle. That something was wrong? No. Okay, so let's try and fix it. The easiest way is to alright, here's the mistake. Sometimes when you are painting, the outfit studio, even with the normalized weights, end up kinda messing with the paint. I cannot explain what's happening. What you're gonna do is File and load outfit. You load your outfit again and you save your outfit again. Export as NIF. You can easily identify this problem because, as you can see at far, you see that there's a line in the center of the character. This is error during the waiting process, but because you save it again, it will be fixed. You just need to export and now haircut. One problem was gone. Now here's another problem. This is odd. Oh right, it's not muffler, it's muffler. Okay. See how it's moving, but it's kinda wacky, right? It's not how we want it to move. So the best solution is to just paint. You see how the spine 2 lost a bit of his influence, let's say. So let's paint again. Let's use a 2.5. This time we will use the fixed weight. This use different from the outfit, the normal settings, where if you keep holding and it keep increase the weight, with the fixed will always be this value. Let's try at 1/3. Okay, let's file and export. It's always a situation where you need to balance. See how it's less. Just go. So it's still not good enough. So let's try 50. It's the green of green. Sport NIF, override. you see this generic constraint. It's using all those values. Of course, if you try to use the same value to that you do to one to the other, not necessarily will weight good results. The easiest way is to zero everything in order to test. What kind of problem happened here? This is not something natural. It should not be happening. Okay, this is what you will be doing by now. We will change the parents to the span 2. I honestly never signed this before. I see. I see. So here's the second part. As you can see, if all the bones are from basically the same source, you can't have different movements. It's not possible. It's simple not. Principally if you have the same values of constraints. So there's two ways. The first one is to edit the bone to have different origins. Let's see the right as -1. Oops. 1. And the left as -1. Let's see if we go ahead. See how they move in different ways, but symmetric. So what we can do? First one, let's fix the clipping by forcing the bones to always stay at upper shoulder or upper torso. Let's try bigger values. Well, why changing the value for something bigger didn't change? It's because the painting is not is not strong enough. So let's increase a bit. Oops. Yeah, need to toggle off the and reduce the strength. Okay, here's 50/50. Let's export beneath, override, and see the results. It didn't work. Why it didn't work? Well, obviously speaking, the person responsible for making sample would never making it float with negative value, right? Please don't. All right, dear Lord. The reason for not here you can see that you always choose your the anchor bone. Fuck. Where? Here, I was mistaken using the clavicle bones. It's the spine bone is the main. It's something about this. The linear and upper limit do not is considered considering the plane, not the plane, but in relation of the bone. For example, if here, this is the clavicle. If I give a positive z value, it not mean that it would go up, because the clavicle bone have a rotation. If he rotates to the left, for example, the z would move to the left. This is why the spine bone is amazing. He have almost no rotation. So you use him. Here. Here is the movement. Well, should we give the front the same? Why not? Let's add a custom bone, muffler, muffler font. It's painting time. File, let's export. Okay, let's now add the bone. Muffler we need to add, oops, muffler front. Let's see the results. As you can see, there's an error in waiting. We load your outfit again and export him. The outfit studio will fix him for you. Amazing, right? But there's a problem, right? The movement is too equal. So let's set our orange. I think that, oops, not she's 5 is too much. Let's try 3. File, export to if. See how there's a difference in how the outfit, the front part moves, even if I didn't change a single constraint value. Now it's time to change the constraints. First is the X. I don't want the outfit to move so much left and right. I don't think this kind of outfit would. Now the Y. You see the outfit when move goes back too much and clip in the armor. We don't want it. So we will put a positive value and another positive value. Remember that the lower needs to always be lower than the upper. Otherwise we will have some fun things. It's negative. Negative value too, so it goes forward. See how it moves itself forward without your intervention? It's amazing, it's moving. So how we get to better results? Because as you can see, it's sounds like jello. I mean, muffles don't move like jello, right? I mean, I live in a tropical country, so I don't know how they move, but it's weird. So here, this is all the bonds we declared so far, and here's the mask. What we gonna do? We will change restitution. This is how fast the bone go back to his original states, the no movement position. Let's try 995 and see. Okay, see how it don't move like jello, and it stopped to move really fast. It's losing this movement very fast as it's look. Oh, sorry, it's look better, but it's still moving. It's still moving too much. So what we will do? Increase the inertia. What does it do? This reduce It's how can I explain? Oh, it's increased inertia. It's makes so it's move less. It's get more heavy. You would think that the mass would make it heavier or less movement, but what the mass do is multiply. It's a multiplicative is a multiplication of inertia, and it's not never worth to put stellar values. We are not creating black holes. So let at 1 or 0.1, the less mass it is, the more mass it is, the more it moves because it multiplies. See how it's better now. It's don't move like jello, but still moving too much. Let's try 60. See how the movement it's lose faster. Let's try more. Sounds like we are not getting better effects by inertia alone, as it's expected. Inertia alone won't stop him to move. We use your constraints. If it's moving too much, we reduce. We reduce what it would move. This is the left and the right. Here you can see the effects. It's not moving as much. So what do we do now? The front, yes. Let's reduce this more. You see how jump. Okay, I still think that is moving too much. What should I do? You can start reducing even more those limits. I honestly don't recommend to use oops, I am saving or in just I think it's fine like this. Let's just oh, it's something I forget. Always back up your files. because you need to keep overwriting again and again. You can end up doing something you don't like the effect of. Did I change the perspective? Tools, view, show me perspective. Yes, here. It's just so I can not get worried by the fact that the mesh is full. I just want to see how it gets. Let's see. Okay, this is how the movement is. So if you don't like something like, oh no, it's moving too much, you can wait again and give more oops, let's edit that. She's her more weight to the natural bones that come with your skeleton. You see I am painting the top with a strong blush. Let's export to your scarf short. See how the top stopped move? And on the bottom, it's because most of the weight was taken from the sample bones, so on this part move. It's good to avoid clipping, and it's a way to you want to understand that even if you paint too much from a sample bone, you can just paint it again with the normal bone. There's no issues, no problems. Now reload your backup file, and we export over. We hack it, and ta-da, it's there again. It's honestly not very good physics, but it's easy to do, it's faster, it's honestly good enough. Oh, and it's something that you need to understand. Do you see those bones? When you're finished, you need to delete all those that is not here. Well, this is all for now, guys. Next time we will do some more interesting things with long scarves that those need better bones. Goodbye.